the drop-down menu. So those of you who are for whatever reasons are not able to join right now, you can definitely take time out and listen to the webinar. The UCC Awards have entered into their fifth year of their anciency. They are very ancient in the sense that they are still years old, and there have been about 36 awardees in the last 4 years who have excelled and reached the level of becoming awardee winners in the race. The experiences have been very good. The feedback received from them have been very positive, and we are trying to this year take this award to the next level, despite the shortcomings which have come up in the process of pandemic. We have planned this event to be on a hybrid format this year. So we are trying to make the best of the situation, and rather than saying that we are cowed down by the COVID pandemic, we say this is an opportunity to access more and more people. So this opportunity provides us a link and an access to multiple number of people who do not otherwise reach the chamber in a physical format. So we expect much more than 200 people also in some of the webinars during the course of this process. Now, to cut it short, I would like Manish ji to take up the forms, the sample, and take you through the filling of the forms.
Sure. Thank you, Vinodji. And I will go through the various sections of the form and try to trying to explain why those sections and how can we use those sections in the best possible manner. So so for that, Sanash, if you could just share the form.
Can you give me access?
Yeah, you can start just sharing.
So actually, it's
Share screen. The button for share screen.
yes, it's on.
It's not
Okay, so you are joined in as what's
UCC intern. Okay, the forms have been already emailed to you, and a link has been provided on the website along with on your email, so you can access the forms, the online forms on the UCCI website. What we have recommended is that you use the PDF form to first fill up a draft application, prepare your answers to each of the questions, and then from there on you just copy and paste it or cut and paste to the online form. Now this will help you prepare better for filling up the forms online. There may be multiple people who would be filling up the forms in your company. There could be some finance people, there could be some marketing people, there could be some other functional areas who would be involved in filling the forms. So filling the forms in a Word format on the PDF form or maybe a printed paper would be a beginning, and we will share you a Word format shortly. So you can use the Word format to prepare the draft. Thank you. The deadline for the filling of the forms is Sunday 14th. So there will be time pressures, and that is what this process is supposed to be all about. As professionals or as people on the road to excellence, you will be working under pressure. There will be time pressures. There will be demands of time for your other activities. But we would expect you to somehow find time for this activity over the next 5-6 days and complete this activity. For your information, out of 200 plus participants who have been shortlisted into this second stage 2, we will be based on the forms which are filled up by this 14th. We will be shortlisting the auditors who are independent auditors. They will be shortlisting. They will be scrutinizing and shortlisting approximately 7 to 9 people per award category. So ultimately, about 60 to 70 people will be running the race in the next phase. The rest of the people will get an opportunity to be handheld and help them fill up the questionnaire at their own pace. Sometime in future, it could be before the final awards, it could be at the end of the awards for over an extended period of maybe 2 to 4 weeks. So that we will figure out based on the COVID pandemic and the other situation demands on us in terms of resources. So we will inform you about that over the next few days or a few weeks. Thank you. Manishji.
Okay, so are you sharing the screen now, Saran?
Yes.
Okay, please do.
Participants in videos open करेंगे.
Yeah, it's okay. It's started. Sorry. So this is the form, and the forms are similar for essentially for service and manufacturing sector. आज की meeting में we would not really be taking in detail the CSR and the Social Enterprise Award, which we can of course discuss on an individual applicant basis. So that we will do. So what I will do first is take you through the form. What are the sections that we have talked about, and how we can go about filling them up. Now, important thing to realize there is when we think of business excellence comes from an overall all the aspects of the coverage of all the aspects in a cohesive manner. And that's why our form is separated in multiple sections. The first section is about basic information about your business, your name, your business, and so on. The second section is about the decision-making structures, your vision of the business, who are the main decision makers, and it is also more of collecting the information so that we can ensure that if there is another details that we want, we can reach out to you. The third section is more about processes and business operations. What are the results? What are the numbers in your business? So that is more about the day-to-day operations of the business. The fourth aspect is about innovation. The fifth aspect is about people. People being the most important part of any business. Then another aspect is to kind of summarize what are the key aspects in your business that you might want to highlight. And then last is more of declaration and submission of documents. So we'll go through them very quickly. And if in case you have any questions or any queries, what we would encourage, since we have muted you all, is you might put a question on the chat window, or you can raise hand so that we can unmute you specifically and discuss the same. So in the first part, if we go about it, it's a very simple thing. The basic name of the business, the name in which you do business as. So the second is whatever is the way your business is organized. Now this is important for us to interpret the balance sheet in a proper way, and to map the information to the right owners. The third question is, of course, GST number. In case you are a micro enterprise and you do not have a GST number, that's okay, and you can even opt for composition scheme if you are in there, and so on.
So if you do not have a GST number, you just put a cross, or
you can leave the. So most of the except for very critical fields, we have you can leave the fields blank if you do not have the information or if it is not applicable to you. So then, of course, address as simple. This is your main business address, the registered office or the head office, the whatever what is the most key business communication address. And then we ask for certain other information, how old your business is.
At least something. Just X is okay. They have to fill out, otherwise form will not go further.
Okay. Yes, the GST requires you. If there is so in case there is any, if in case of GST, if it is, you can actually put in cross as well. So then we ask you when the business was started to to know how long the business has been there, the website of your business. Please put in the URL which we can use, and then we ask for how many units that you have. Now, the reason we ask for that is one of the eligibility criteria for the awards is that your business unit should be somewhere in the area that UCCI is operating in. So given that fact, we ask for how many units that you have. In case of service industry, we are asking for how many service units or service providing units that you might have. Please identify the key thing. If you have numerous branch offices or something like that, you can only keep the important. So here's that.
Okay. So you can.
Okay. So Professor Janat Shah has also joined. I welcome him cordially, and perhaps if you would wish to talk to everyone in terms of what overall philosophy is of the award and how we believe it can help a business, please. So you can unmute yourself, Professor Shah, and start.
So first, thank you for inviting me. So again, first, congratulations to all of you for reaching this, the second qualifier stage. Management literature, talks about this issue that if you want to excel, the best way is to benchmark yourself. The literature has shown that that's way in which you can understand where you are compared to not necessarily your competitors, but across broad range of firms. So here is a great opportunity for all of you to, benchmark your performance and improve yourself. And that's been the philosophy with which this whole idea of UCCI Excellence Award has been there. And I've been part of this, for the last few years. And I must say that the quality of work which goes in assessing is significant. So, here is an opportunity. You should actually look at this as an opportunity. If you try and take a help of a consulting firm, it's going to cost you a lot. Here, because there are, set of people in UCCI who've been trying to see how to enhance the, the performance of companies in and around Udaipur. So I think it's a mutually win-win situation. If you participate, first you know about yourself, and then it also gives you opportunity to benchmark. So I would strongly encourage all of you to take this exercise seriously because it's a great opportunity. So I'm saying I'm leaving aside certain benefits you get when you win the award, because there is the way organizations look at you, the way your customers look at you, the way competition look at you, it changes when you win an award. It also helps you in terms of recruiting right talent. So I think it's something which those are all benefits. But to me, the biggest benefit would be you will start understanding your own firm better, because just the measurement will help you, and this benchmarking exercise will help you achieve a superior performance. And in the process, you help all others. So this is none of us are actually directly competing with each other in the marketplace. But in the process, we are able to enhance performance for all of us. And again, I've seen the way jury operates, the kind of energy which is involved, in terms of the team, which is involved in this exercise. So please do take advantage. And I at least have been proud member of this jury over the last few years. And the whole structure, including the format itself, you will see when you fill it up, your understanding of your own form will improve. So again, I welcome, so congratulations once again for reaching this stage. And I would urge you to take advantage of this opportunity and try and make best out of it. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Shah. This is a very pertinent aspect that you have highlighted. That even if you do not end up at the first or second or third position or whatever, the form as well as the process of measuring your business would give you very important insights, and that would be a significant step towards excellence. That's the overall goal. So with that, I will continue.
Shah sir, I would like to have a question to you because you have very short time and probably you will be leaving in the next 5 minutes.
Sure.
So the question is, how have you excelled in your road to setting up IIM Udaipur?
So actually, you'd be surprised, but we have done very similar to what you're all going through. Okay. What we did was we benchmarked against best institution. So when we started, we looked at essentially Singapore Management University, the HKUST, which had managed to come in top 20-25 institution, in top 50 institution in just 25 years. In education industry takes a long time. So what we did was we did a benchmarking, identify areas we need to focus. And that's all we have done. So to me, if you take this exercise seriously by saying it's like a benchmarking exercise where you want to understand each area which helps improve performance where you are. So I would say we've done exactly same exercise. Okay.
So while we know,
in our case, it was easier because public data was available. Sorry, please.
While we know where you excelled, we would like to hear from your own mouth that in 10 years, what are the milestones you have reached? Like being fourth amongst the IIMs, some other milestones which you would like to list and see that okay, yes, this is what is achieving.
So, I mean, obviously somewhere some people say luck also plays a role. We've been lucky, and also we have got support from everybody. Udaipur has been a great support to us. In terms of external benchmarks, because that's one way of judging. So education institution is known primarily for research and teaching. On a research, we are definitely today in a top 4 in the country as measured by UT Dallas, database. It is again a publicly available database. And we are just Ahmedabad and Bangalore are ahead of us within IIMs, but even there, we have 1/3 of faculty size. Still, we do equally well. There is a FT ranking, which is a global ranking, and there are 5 institutions which came from India there, and we were 73rd ranked there. And we have a youngest institution in the world in that ranking. We've been lucky, and as I said, support from everybody has helped us there. But I'll tell you this, if somebody asks me a secret, it's essentially focus and a long-term orientation. I think all organizations are built with a long-term focus. So if you identify areas where you want to excel and work with a horizon, which is a 10-year, I'm sure, each one of us can do well.
Great, thank you, Professor Shah. And just to add, as a part of the deliverables for every qualified participant, we would be sharing a benchmark report for them, keeping into mind the confidentiality of every participant. Only for that particular participant, that report would be automatically generated and would be given, where you can actually look at your business in terms of where you stand in each of the parameters that judges have looked at. And in the past, that report has been found very useful by many of the participants, and I believe that would be a significant help to all of you as well. So thank you, Professor Shah. With that, let's continue with the form details.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking time out and in your absolutely crashing schedule for today. I know that you have some very personal work waiting for you in the background. So thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vinod. Bye.
Okay. So Sanj, can you start with that?
Ajay
Okay.
Mahanti, is he there? But anyway, he will join later, last minute.
Okay, so we have already talked about the basic information, and then there is this location of various units that way. So as whatever number of units that you select, you would have the list of these various fields would be coming in for all of the units that you would want to put in details. We would encourage that all the locations which are essentially in the South Rajasthan, please do include the details of that. And then comes the details of two key partners or promoters, and that is to determine the top leadership and those would be the people who would be invited to the ceremony and given the award. So that's the idea of these two numbers. So one I believe would be the CEO or the managing director or the president. Another could be executive director, CEO, or a partner, or as is applicable, who could be there in the award ceremony. So that's the contact details. This point number 11 is the key contact who we would be contacting if there is a need for any further detail, for further details. So let's say we want another document, a description on your balance sheet, or any other information about your business. We would request that this person would be the person that we would getting in touch with. So please put in the contact details of the person who has been actively involved in this measurement, benchmarking, and form filling exercise. Okay, so that's the first section, and then we move on to the next section. So the form is designed in such a way that you can move from one section to another, and your form, the information that you would put in would be saved, so you can fill it in multiple cycles as if you want. When you submit, then the form will do the validation and indicate if there are certain errors or anything that that needs to be handled. So here, the second part is very important in the terms of that is where we are trying to understand how you have formulated a vision for your company and what are the key strategic processes that your company. Now, whether your company is a large one or a small one, we believe there would always be some way in which, as Professor Shah also indicated, one of the key reasons for success is a long-term vision or a long-term orientation. So there would be definitely some kind of a vision that you have, and that is something that you might. So the first question is where we are asking about what is the strategic planning process. Now, strategic planning process would be something like perhaps your partners, your family sit together every maybe a year and think about where you are, where do you want to go, what are the new investments that you are. I'm sure every one of you would have some kind of a process. We would request you to put your minds in and formulate it. You would be surprised how useful it is to put it on in words. And once you put in, you would realize you already have certain processes that you can better. So you might have certain ways in which annually you are meeting as a family, then perhaps you are meeting with your top team members and identifying what are the goals. Perhaps you are defining a budget. Perhaps you are defining what is the amount that you are willing to invest further. So all of those various pieces, the 4 or 5 main or important aspects that you do, which are long-term planning processes. It could be anything. It does not need to be a formal MBA style planning process, but then whatever that you are doing, please identify and put that. And as I will repeat, you would be surprised that once you articulate, you would start getting the benefits of that even further. The second question in the section is how you communicate that vision. Now, this is important, and please understand, here we are not really talking about the vision itself. We are talking about the vision process. If you have a long-term goal, is that long-term goal communicated? And if at all, how are you doing it? So again, thinking about these matters themselves are important. And again, if you look back into your business, you would realize that you have had some vision communication processes. Perhaps you got together. हो सकता है आपने एक बोर्ड करी हो जिसके अंदर आपने अपने सब एम्प्लॉइज को बताया. हो सकता है you have had an annual company meeting. Whatever is the process, please indicate that. Then the third is getting into a little bit of a more of an introspective question. As we have been highlighting, this form itself is a process for your business to improve. So it is a question for introspection where we are asking you if there are timelines set to the goals that you have. This is something that we would be sharing with the jury, of course, but then please rest assured, for these kind of questions, we only take the responses. The jury takes these responses in context, kind of the business, the size of the business, kind of the promoters that are there, which sector that you are. So please be open. This openness is what jury can really appreciate, and it's not that if there is yes, you would get extra scores. It is not like that. It's the process of filling the form, which is what we are more concerned with. When you have set the timelines, the other question is whether people understand in your organization. And as you ask this question to yourself, you would realize perhaps the communication has not been made, or people really do not understand. So maybe you would realize, okay, you would have to talk to your people more about your goals. So again, that is there. And the third part is, if you have goals, who are the people who are responsible for those goals? Has that been determined? The overall idea is to make sure that there is some kind of a strategic planning process in your organization, and that's it. And then we ask point blank, why do you think you would get the award? What are the key things that your organization might have achieved, or what are the highlights of your organization that makes you a good contestant for an award? Again, this is something for the jury to evaluate. Jury would try and look at in terms of your other results, other aspects of your form, as well as this answer, and take a call. Then we have a few other questions, which are, one is if there are any management processes that you're using. It could be ISO, CMMI, TQM, just in time, which are overall management processes, not product quality or individual product standards, but then management process standards. If you are in the process of doing it, or you have gotten a certificate about that. And then we are also cognizant of the fact that business grows when more people get involved, and those people are also growing. So we are asking if your executive team, if your top team, you are getting in new people, you are adding talent, and so on. So that is a question that is there. And then we are asking in some detail your top 10 decision makers. So in a small organization, it could perhaps be 2, 3, 4. In a large organization, it could be more. But then we are asking for top 10 people in your organization who are the key members in running the business. And we are asking some details about them.
some organizations may have.
Yes, so some could have less, some could have more, but then up to 10 is what we are asking in this form. Then comes this is the entire section, and and we are asking details of all of those 10 members so that we can the jury can see what are the kind of people who are making important decisions in your organization. And then we come more in the details of the operations of your company. So we are first asking the definition of your business, what business you are in. You are in manufacturing of what? What's the kind of a key aspects of your business? What are the products that you and then we ask for what are the major products. In case of services, we are asking for major services offerings that that you might have in your business. And then there are details of financial reports. As you are aware, we are looking at the past financial year, till the past financial year only. This year has been difficult for many businesses, but then in any case, this year's performance is not what is getting accounted for here. It's last 3 financial years. So financial year 20, 19 and 18. So there are certain numbers that we would be talking about. One is of course sales. So that is the that is your turnover. Then net profit. So this is net profit after everything. But then we want operating profit as well. That is EBITDA before interest, taxes, and depreciation. So amortization and depreciation. Before that, we would what is your EBITDA in the business? Total exports, and then equity. So equity, as when we talk about, this is owner's capital. So owner's capital is reserves, surpluses, share premium, share capital, all of those. In case of proprietary or partnership businesses, it would be the capital account or owner's capital account, whatever way you look at it. Essentially, assets minus liabilities.
We will put up the sample balance sheet and the data filled up by in another 24 hours or so.
Okay.
On the website.
Sorry. And then this is something that we can. So, in case of companies, there is this question about reserves and surpluses. That is to talk about the fact that many businesses account for capital account as well as profit and loss account separately. Some businesses do not. If you do not, you can leave that unfilled. That's not a problem. And then fixed assets, loan funds. So loan funds, all short-term, long-term, whatever are the liabilities, the loan liabilities or credit liabilities that you have, and then we are also asking about if there is any expenditure in the company which is of the CSR nature. Again, if no details are available, that's okay. Again, for the different businesses, there would be different. But then the key numbers are your turnover, EBITDA, net profit, and capital account and fixed assets. So those would be the numbers that we would be really looking at. And again, we are looking at it from last 3 years perspective. Please understand one thing: the way this evaluation process is organized, the evaluation process is taking look at the ratios and trends, not absolute number. So if your business has 5 crore turnovers, it does not mean that it would be rated below a 10 crore business. It's not absolute numbers. It's what is the rate of growth, what are the ratios, and what are the proportions. Yes.
For those who have joined late, we would like to remind you again that in case you have any queries, you can put them on the chat box and we will address those queries at the end of the initial presentation. We have kept something like 30 to 40 minutes for the question answers. Thank you.
Okay. So moving on. We are also asking about some of the digital aspects which have become very important in today's world. What is your website? What is your website URL? I understand it is probably a repetition. So but then the intent here is to ask about if you have a Twitter, LinkedIn, or other social media handles. So we will change the question there, and you would have the right question in this way. But then the idea is that in today's world, social media and web digital presence is very important. So we want to know what is the kind of digital presence that you have. Okay, moving on.
Which page are we on?
So
Which category section are we on already?
second or third section. Third.
Fast.
Yeah, we'll get it faster. So
So the process of filling up is being shown. You can just fill up some data and see how you have to prepare your data on a draft format so that you can straight away copy paste onto the website on the online form.
or whatever way you are comfortable. So it's a so again, as we mentioned, we would have the feature in which you can move through the sections and the form details would be saved. So you can fill up the form in multiple iterations, in multiple steps if you want,
And your data won't be lost.
and your data won't be lost.
You can have multiple sessions.
Right. So then we have the next section, which is relating to innovation measures. These are all process questions mostly, where we are asking about innovation processes. Now, even if you are a small business, you are required in today's world to make sure that you are thinking of new ways of doing business, thinking of new products. So whether the innovation is in how you do business, or what business you do, or what products that you have, and how do you improving the products, any kind of innovation is an important one. And we have a few questions. Now, all of those questions might not be applicable, might not be something that you would be using, but then whatever are the aspects in your business that are related to innovation, we have a few questions that you're requested to tick them, answer them as in so far that you're applicable. Our auditors, of course, would be looking at consistency in terms of if you're saying, for example, that there is an R&D specific R&D budget that you have. It's something that we would try and do some kind of a cross check, but then more or less it is more of an introspective question for any business. And then we ask about what is the result of the innovation that you have. If there are new products or new processes that you have implemented, what are those? We are asking that.
See, some of you may feel that this whole process is for people who understand English. That's not the case. You may see that in the questions, we have already converted all the questions into Hindi to make it more comfortable for you to understand the nature of the question. The fact of the matter is that the language of business is English, predominantly English, even in India until now. Therefore, we would expect your answers to be in English. However, you can ask your questions in Hindi, you can converse in Hindi, you can prepare your supply reports in Hindi, and at the end of it, please try to submit your answers in English. If you have any problems, if you're facing any questions which you are not able to resolve, you can feel free to contact the Secretariat and the mentor team. We'll be sharing you some links for whom to contact.
Exactly. So moving on. So we are asking if you have had a new product or new processes that you have. The another aspect that we talk about is technology adoption. So technology adoption is what kind of new technology that you might have adopted in your organization. So maybe it is a new manufacturing technology, or it's a new IT technology that you might have brought in your organization. It could be a CRM, it could be ERP system, it could be a new quality management system that you might have implemented. Now, if you have put in a new plant or a new machinery or a new computer controlled way of manufacturing, whatever is the new technology that you might have adopted, those would be the things that would be useful to know here. Okay, next would be next is where we are going into a bit of a detail, where we are asking you for your top three R&D or innovation measures or innovation aspects that you have done. Now, the reason for that is there we are trying to look at whether they have been thought through completely and if there has been a benefit of that or expected benefit of that, and what is the actual investment that you have made. So as you can see, it is the initiative that you have taken. What is the kind of innovation that it is? It is your product, your process, and so on. And then what is the impact? What is the impact and what is the expenditure that you have put on that? So one of the key things business experts all over the world have been talking about is that in India, businesses are not really tracking their expenditure and or making right kind of an expenditure for businesses. So for R&D, and so that's where this is something that we have talked about. So moving on, we.
So to give a break to Manish ji, if there are any questions at this stage, we would like to take them up regarding the form, specific form. Manish ji will continue in a bit. Can Pandey sir take in one question on quality kind of details here? Can we take
It
up?
starts with the
Can we
Perhaps vision
can we
statement.
jump over to the next set?
vision statement, descriptive questions.
Yes. Yes. Translations.
No,
E. Jump to E directly.
no, vision statement, previous one.
Okay, Pandey sir will run you through some sample answers to some qualitative questions, wherein you need to draft some detail words, some details. Some of you may have some ready-made words, like for your vision statement, you may have a statement. Some of you may not have a statement. Now, even if you don't have a statement, we would expect you to try and formulate a statement which spells out your vision. So, for example, you take up this, now Pandey sir will be running you through this point B, business vision and strategic processes. व्यापारिक दूरदृष्टि एवं नीतिगत निर्णय प्रक्रिया आपकी कंपनी की. So first on that is vision statement, company ka darshan. Yes, Pandey sir.
If yours is a small or medium manufacturing unit, then typical key activities which are critical to your business are design, making, delivering, marketing and selling.
Let Manish ji take it here.
So the example here, as I talked about, was what are the activities for strategic planning. So let's say you have an annual meeting of your partners or your key team members. Is there an annual budget that you create? Is there a investment plan or goals for the year? So those processes, those specific activities that you do, even if it is a family meeting, annual family meeting or anything. So any process where you are thinking about where key members of your business, they come together or they do it, or there is some process, perhaps in some cases you might have a consultant who is doing it, so you use a consultant. Any of those kind of processes that you have, which is for long-term planning. Our thinking is that any business would have some kind of a process for long-term planning, but then we have not really thought through that, formalized it. So the idea is once you list them, perhaps you would be thinking in terms of making them better. Next question. Okay, so should we move to the next section? Yes. Okay, please.
It's okay, go ahead.
So we have talked about the innovation measures. Then we come to HR measures. HR measures is very, the first part is primarily taking into account the employee count. Now, you know, male, female, other, those are all fine. And then, but then one of the key things that we want to know is from you is what is the total number of people who are putting their full time on your business. Now, they could be people of your management, people of your family, people who are contract workers, but then people who are there full time in your company, in your business, that is something that we want to know. This may or may not be the total of your employees, because you might have contract labor, you might have family members. So please add that in the total working persons number as well, which it covers everyone in your business. And then we ask for what are the kind of people expenses that you are putting in. So all the people expenses, which could be salary, wages, benefits, perks, employee welfare, whatever that you have for, say, typically आपकी balance sheet में उसके लिए एक section होगा, whatever is the total of that across the years, that is something. The reason we ask for that, of course, is many of you would have realized that it is important to see what is the cost per employee, how it is moving, what is the revenue per employee, how it is moving across the years, how that is trending, and those are something which are very important for your business. So when we share the report with you, you would have those items in the report that will give you a good insight on how your business is operating. Then we are asking about the facilities or initiatives that you have for women employees specifically. Women are becoming more and more important part of any workforce today. So if there are any specific measures that you might have taken for their safety, for their comfort, for encouraging them to come back to, for example, after their maternity leaves, when they come back, are there specific things in your for example, we are talking about cab service for safety, safe transformation, or maybe you have flexible work hours or flexible timing for when people have come back from maternity leave, easy orientation, crash facility, anything that you might have. Then we are asking what is the number of people who have left the company voluntary, and as you can guess, this is to compute your turnover ratio, a staff turnover ratio. That is important. Then we are talking about what is the kind of mix of people that you have in the company. When we think of a mix of people, we are talking about various education level, vocational training, and so on, just to know what is the kind of team that you might have in the company. So then we are talking about some of the measures which are related to training and development. Now, training and development, as we all know, is very important. We are talking about how training and development is organized. Is there a monthly or a quarterly or an annual process to do it, or there is and what is the kind of number of hours that your employees spend on training? Now, again, this is an average that you would have. Different employees might have different things, but in general, for most of the employees, what is the number of training hours and what is the frequency of training, and what are the various techniques of training? Formal training. One of the key insights from the last many years that we have had from jury members is, even for a small business, formal training methods are important. So maybe there are online courses, you are calling in some external trainer, or your more senior staff members, they do a formal training, whatever are the methods that you do, or maybe there is an internship or apprenticeship that you are doing it. And then if you are accounting for it, what is the total amount spent on training and development? So what is the kind of expenditure on training and development that you have? Then we are asking about, is there a process for getting input from employees?
I would like to add one more thing. There are many companies which may not be having incurring training expenses which can be quantified like this. So we would even like to maybe add one more thing, and that could be number of hours of training given. there could be training classes and taken by the employees within, so the cost may not be directly attributable. Is there? Okay, fine, thank you.
Okay. Then we are asking about feedback mechanism in the sense employee suggestions, employee comments, employee grievances, if there is a mechanism for that. And are you measuring employee satisfaction levels as well? And so on. So those are the questions which are related to best practices, related to people. And the idea is, again, of course, to much of it is introspective, but then also for the jury to know how are you looking at the people aspect of the business. Then we are talking about quality measures. Those are very important for, especially for organizations in today's competitive world. We are asking what are the specific quality improvement programs. Now, in some organizations, if they are using Kaizen or TQM or any of those methods, there are always, or quality circle or anything like that. There are always certain methods that that an organization might adopt for quality improvement on a continuous basis. So we are asking if you have, and how are you including your employees? Those are the most important piece in any quality program. So how are you including your employees in the quality programs? That is something that we ask as well. And then quality standards. Today, more and more organizations, they have some kind of a quality standards or product standards that they have, which they are complying to. So what are them? Is there, and how are you doing it? Is there an audit system? How the quality system is managed? So, so all of those questions, something that most organizations would have today, and we are asking the details on that. And then we ask some of the certifications or rating or ranking that your organization might have received, and who has been the agency which we have. So it could be product rating and ranking, it could be quality management system, it could be anything. So ISO could be, ISO standards could be there for example, for healthcare organizations, they have other such standards. So we are asking for about that. Okay, moving on.
Next.
That's not necessary. That's not it. And then we are asking if there are any other
the remaining questions.
any other awards that
Quickly run
yeah. So any awards that you might have achieved. I think it's okay, Saraj.
It's okay, Saraj.
Yeah, these are not compulsory. And then we are talking about environmental aspects. Environment is your natural environment, ecological steps that you might have taken. So you might have whatever steps that you might have taken in terms of making sure that that environmental protection is ensured. And then we are talking about some of the safety related aspects, specifically related to if there have been any safety incidents. So one of the key things that jury would definitely look at is there a way of measuring it? So we are asking simply what is the kind of number of incidents, number of injuries, number of deaths, and so on. And then measure conservation measures, and then any other activities that you might have, we would want to know something about that. So, and of course, as even if you are if you're not applying in the CSR category, we are asking as a business if you have invested in any of the CSR aspects. So again, initiatives, what are the kind of beneficiary and what is the investment or the expenditure that has been put onto it. Okay, move on, Saraj. Okay, and then we also ask, and this was a feedback received from our jury, that when we are asking companies to give details of the CSR expenditure, we should also ask if the companies are measuring if the CSR has been impactful and if those investments have been continued to be used. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि 2 साल पहले कुछ बनवा दिया वो अब is not being used. तो CSR एक्सपेंडिचर की वेस्टफुलनेस नहीं है, उसके लिए आपके कंपनी क्या कर रही है, दैट इज व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हियर.
मोबाइल बंद आ रहा है
उनके नाम से.
ठीक है
आई थिंक ये रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है.
एक्सेस डाल दो ना फटाफट क्वेश्चन पे बात करेंगे समझ जाती है.
Okay. So last is if you have had an auditor details and the document submission. So it's essentially wrapping up the entire form, and then there is a.
So one input here that in case you find that you want to move to the next section and you are not able to, you don't have the data for the current section, just put in an X or something and move to the next section. You can redraft that. You can correct your submission for the previous one. So until you make the final submission. So in the draft stage, you can fill up something and go ahead for the next. Just fill up X, Y, Z, and then move to the next section.
And the form developer is also making sure that you will have that convenience in there. So what are the documents that if you are submitting anything online, you can upload those documents, your balance sheets and so on from here. Additionally, if you wish to submit those documents physically, you can send them to the UCCI's office as well.
If you face any problem while filling the form, there is a feedback form on the UCCI Excellence Awards web page, for which we will provide a link on this questionnaire also. You can just put in your feedback on the questionnaire by clicking into the feedback button and put in the question. The question will straight away reach the UCCI Awards Secretariat, and the Secretariat will respond to you within 24 hours on that question. And on the last day, probably we'll try to respond in the next 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on the gaps and problems faced by you.
And if there are any media clippings or anything that you want to add, which would add strength to your application, we welcome you to add that as well. And then of course. So these are all various documents that you might attach, and as we mentioned, you can always send those documents physically to UCCI office as well. And that's the kind of form. As you can appreciate, this form is pretty comprehensive. It tries to take a look at every aspect of your business. So even if you are you are a new business and you are building your business towards excellence, this process appreciates all of those steps as you take. So,
okay. Manish, anything else you have to share?
I think we are done as regards the form and the form filling, and we can open for questions now.
Yeah. Is there anything on the chat box?
No.
Any questions?
No.
How many participants are there now? As of now?
So as of now, 21.
Okay, can we open the
yeah, so you can always unmute yourself and put in a question or a comment.
Okay. By the time we have the first question, I would like to add in a few observations in this process. What we have observed is that people small and large all have opted to participate in this. They have sent in their expression of interest, and we hope that they will run through this race in full earnestness. On our side, we are preparing our backup to support you in every possible manner, and please feel free. We will allocate mentors to each of you over the next 6 days, and you can feel free to ask them any questions regarding the form. The first point of contact will be the Secretariat, which will be supported by a team of 4 youngsters, Saransh, Suhani, Ritvika, and Kriti. They will help you fill up the basic data, and in case you have any further questions which they are not able to resolve, then we would request you to maybe visit this video of the webinar. Even if there is no resolution, just send a feedback form, fill up the feedback form, and we will contact you and help you out. But in case you still feel the urge to contact directly, please feel free to call the Secretariat and ask them to get you across to one of the mentors There will be more than 4 or 5 people who will be ready to support you. They may have their time slots. You will have to respect those time slots, but you will be getting your assistance. Thank you. Someone picking up there? No. So I guess if there are no more questions from the audience, then CP sir, would you like to, or NK Pandey sir, maybe you could, you could give your thoughts.
नहीं अभी नहीं क्योंकि मैं थोड़ा पैरालेक्स रिमूव हो जाए ना लेट मी अटेंड अ फ्यू मीटिंग्स
Okay, okay, okay.
थिंकिंग तो इलेबोरेट हुई नहीं है
No problems. Can we take one of the qualitative questions here in a slightly more detailed manner so that they understand those which have 150 to 200 words answer? Can you take up any of those questions? The question on strategy or process formulation or something like that. Right. Let us take the vision statement for that matter.
इलेबोरेट
Manishi, would you have your vision statement on your computer? Can you put it here? If you don't mind. Okay, Manish ji is running you through a vision statement of Adveya.
So the way we have been looking at our company and our vision is we want to be we want to be a company which has so should I share?
Share the screen if you can.
Okay. Okay. So this is something that we have put on our website as well. But I just a second. Let me put.
So Manish ji is going to share his screen and you can see the vision statement of Adveya shortly flashing on the screen, maybe in the next 5-6 seconds.
So for any organization, it is important for that organization to realize what.
Coming through. Share. I think Manish ji is lost in the webinar and therefore he is trying to figure out which button to press for the share.
I share it, perhaps
These are all part of the process and we have to learn how to be foolproof. So we are also trying to improve while you are running the race on the road to excellence. Be sure that we will definitely try to improve to the extent possible. BCCI has been running short on resources and
so this,
yeah, here it is.
So here the our vision flows from our purpose of making technology work, the business that we are in.
Yes.
So the as you can see, this vision statement, again, this is something that our entire team sat down and take a look at what is important for them. And all the members of the company, they realized that it is important that we really focus on being a respected and a well-known provider of technology. For example, a vision statement also says what are the things that you do not want to be. So here it is very clear that we do not want to be another Infosys or another very large company, but then what we want to be is a respected company, is a company which is respected in the area that we are in. So we are really focusing on the niche and the high-end aspects of there where we can be thought leaders. That is one. The other aspect of the same vision is we want to be somebody where people really they look at us as a choice vendor. So choice vendor to choice companies. So coveted provider for. So we are defining our vision in terms of we want to be desirable for the customers that we want to be. And at the same time, our vision also includes our people view in that, where we want our company to be a great employer for talented tech professionals. So that way, covering all the aspects, and that's the vision. That's our long-term view of the company, and that vision has driven what our goals are for another 5 years, what our annual planning process are. So when we look at our annual goals, we look at all of these aspects. We look at what is the kind of reputation that we have in the market, what is the kind of certifications that we have, how Microsoft recognizes it, and so on. We also look at what are the people measures, how many of our people are well known in their fields, are there articles that are published of them. So we look at all of those aspects, and our measurements are driven by what our vision is.
So to chip in, a vision statement basically is not short term. It is a medium to long term vision of the company. Where do you see yourself maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now? But nonetheless, the vision statement could be dynamic in the sense that if the circumstances, the environment changes, the company is free to change its vision and modify it. It is an ever growing and a directional vision. So no, there is no doubt if suddenly the COVID pandemic comes, you may find that your model of selling is just not anymore yielding any more results, and you want to switch over from a counter selling to maybe a home delivery and a mechanism. If you are a restaurant, if you are some other enterprise, you may want to switch over to something else totally. So one end, there are people who found that their entire premises became useless. They had hotels operating. They found that the hotels are not getting any more bookings. So what they did is they offered the hotels for some other kind of work, and they found some kind of a use for the infrastructure which they had. Now that was a short-term intervention. Now that is innovation. But if you are there, if some people, and there are some people who said that no, we want to get out of hotel business. So they changed over their model totally, and then they developed a new vision statement, and then changed over their mode of working. And in about 3 months' time, many of those industries are back on those enterprises are back on the road, are back on kicking and back. The important aspect to realize is that Manish is told that we do not want to be an Infosys. Now, what does it mean? If you look at what is happening in the Indian atmosphere, in the Indian manufacturing space or the enterprise space, there are something like 600,000 small and micro enterprises. And our Prime Minister says that they are the backbone of the economy. It is a fact that apart from the organized economy, which contributes to the measured GDP, the recorded GDP, there is a whole economy which is comprising of people, small employers having 4 people, 5 people, 3 people, a barber having 3 more employees in his shop, simply and similar, and a mobile vendor having say 10 employees in his shop, a tailor having another 15 employees in his shop, someone having 3 employees in his shop. They are all enterprises. They are doing economic activity. Now, if they are innovating, they are innovating on a daily basis or maybe an annual basis, and then quantifying, making quantum jumps. They are all on the road to excellence. So please do not limit yourself. Think big, and we will help you think big. Yes, sir. Manish.
So, by no stretch of imagination, anybody could call Advaya a large company, but then we have found ourselves to be helped tremendously by putting and articulating the vision statement and having some kind of an annual planning process which goes around that. So that's where this helps, and all the numbers and all the various aspects that we are asking you to fill up in the form, those are all relevant to health and excellence of your business. As we have been highlighting, as Professor Janat Shah has also mentioned, the process of benchmarking and the process of measurement, those are the key gains that every participant, whether you end up in the race, in the top position in the race or not, but then every participant would definitely benefit from.
Okay, in the next 5 minutes, I guess we will be interested in winding up. We are already late. There's someone I read, and I think I can see on chat. There's something.
That is my own message.
That's your own message? Yeah. Okay. So if there are not any more questions coming through, then maybe we would like to wind up. It's been almost 1 hour and 17 minutes now. So 77 minutes of your time, and this must be the closing hour of business and there must be some other agenda which you may have to handle. So if there are no questions, I think we would like to wind up in the next 1 minute or so. Any inputs from anyone? Mande sir, CP sir?
नहीं मेरे ख्याल खैर इसको तो अभी बंद करें फिर
No, we are online as of
हाँ नहीं
now.
पर
Would you like to speak to the audience?
नहीं not to the audience but
Okay, then.
mentoring के पहले
Yeah.
I think पूरा एक बोर्ड का
That will do, but we are right now online. Okay, so what we suggest is that if you have, based on this webinar, if you have any feedbacks, any questions, you feel free to visit the Chambers website on the awards drop down menu and put in your feedback over there for us to improve on a continual basis. Our response will continue to improve and address your queries and concerns. Thank you all. Looking forward to you running the race in the spirit of excellence. Have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.